So guys, today we'll be smelling together brand new perfume releases from different niche brands. For example, such as Dusita, Hiram Green, Francesca Bianchi, and I even have a whole bottle of brand new fragrance by Nassamato that I am very excited about. That's why, if you've been interested in some of these fragrances and this video turns out to be helpful for you, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. That will really help to boost this video, so it can be shown to other people so they can discover these fragrances with us. And also, if you're here for the first time, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. That would mean the world to me. And once you're done with that, we can get started and smell this new stuff. Hello everyone and welcome back. As you know guys, I love smelling perfumes. I'm addicted to the process of discovering new fragrances, and since the pandemic situation didn't allow us to do that physically in the shop, I've been purchasing fragrances online, and the best place to me to find artistic and indie fragrances is to go to the online shop that is called Ecuacion Natural, and the selection of brands from all over the world there is amazing. I highly recommend you to check out their website because that's also the place where you can find all the fragrances we are going to discuss today. And I even have a discount for you, so feel free to use it just in case you want to save some money. All the helpful information for you, such as discount and a link to their website, will be down below in the description box. But with that being said, I would love to know from you if you've been perfume shopping online as me or not, and drop me a comment and I want to get started. And of course, the first fragrance I want to smell is PERFUMES by Nassamato. This is a pretty well-known niche brand, and this is my first ever bottle of it, so I've already looked into it because I just couldn't wait any longer, but I haven't smelled it yet, so I'll give you my first impression of this fragrance. But before I do that, wow, it's so pretty and shiny and kind of like a mirror. I want to read you what the brand says about it. So the new fragrance is the result of a research process aimed to causing the effect of earthly bliss. Prepare for the invisible power that will cross your senses by filling with love and mystery that can hide an evil spirit. PERFUMES by Nassamato is exciting, rich, sexy and mesmerizing fragrance with dark and strong notes, beautiful and absolutely surrounding scent. Well, that is what this brand promises us. Now I'm very excited. So let's just spray it on. I actually have the blotters, so today I'll do that properly, won't go directly on my skin as I did in my live stream discovering new perfumes. So 1, 2, 3, here we go. Right away I smell something fruity, not overly earthy yet, something like, is it a melon? Like even aquatic, pretty fresh, lovely. It's lighter than I expected it to be because I was afraid of the earthiness. As I already told you in the video about my least favorite notes, I do not really appreciate earthy elements in perfumery. But this one is interesting because it smells like my childhood, because I associate lemon with vacation at the seaside. And then when you kind of like swim in the sea with this rubber thing so you don't go down when you're a kid, it smells fun. It smells also a little bit sweet. Wow, this is something that I could wear on the everyday basis during summertime when it's hot. But I think this fragrance will change over time. It seems to be quite complex. I can sense a little bit of a smoky element going on, but it's quite sweet and fruity and aquatic. That's quite interesting. So I will spray a bit on my wrist. The sprayer is so nice too. So I can tell you that my first impression of Nassamato's PERFUMES perfume is very positive, and I'm excited to check out how it will smell on my skin. Now I need to find a place for it on the shelf, but we'll do that later. And for now, I would suggest that we move on to the next perfume. So this one I have in the sample format, but I cannot call this sample. It's very, very generous. It's almost like a decant. And you will receive these if you buy a full bottle, or you can just buy samples from Equation Natural, which is an amazing way to just discover new perfumes, check out new releases, because I don't really suggest to blind buy, and we've discussed that in another video, so if you missed it, make sure to check it out. I will leave links to all the videos I refer to down below in the description box, but now it's time for a sort of fairy tale in Hyde Park by the brand Strangers Perfumery. Now this one is from Thailand, and I have many reviews on their fragrances, particularly on the previous ones, not the brand new releases that are currently available, but I guess those ones can be purchased on Equation Natural website too. Anyway, I have also an interview with Premium Rose, and let's smell this one because, oh yes, so this is bubbly and fruity, and I have a feeling that Premium Rose has two sides. On the one side, he's very dark and he creates these super earthy, woody, smoky, leathery, woody kind of fragrances, and on the other side, he creates most amazing white floral, delicious, bubbly, flirty, powdery perfumes, and I'm so glad that it's one of the second type, because I'm not the biggest fan of truly dark perfumes that are too heavy. This one smells very powdery and sunny. There's mimosa in there, honey that is really noticeable, peach, heliotrope makes it really powdery. Wow, narcissus is cool. I've already wore it once and it was loud, so I even received a compliment for it. The girl actually asked, who smells? Actually, no. It was at the students meeting, and we've been walking in the garden, and she was walking next to the guy, and she was like, are you wearing perfume? And he was like, no, it's probably my bubble gum. And she was like, no, it's perfume. And then I turned back like, that's me. And she was like, oh wow. So yeah, this is a really well performing fragrance. If you like sunny fragrance and you want something juicy, whoa, this is a good one. It reminds me of his previous perfumes that might be discontinued now, like for example Maya or La Malila. So this one is pretty damn good. I love it, and I highly recommend it for all the ladies. I don't really think that it's masculine. It has this very sunny energy. But with that being said, let's move on to the next perfume today, and this one is going to be from the not American, sorry, English brand Ormonde Jane, and the name of it is Damask. So I believe sometime earlier this year, or was it last year? I believe it was this year, I interviewed their founder on my IGTV. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, feel free to do that. But yeah, I'm really excited to smell this. I believe I've smelled it, I've tested it, but I don't really remember how it was. Oh yeah, so it's this really ripe, juicy, sweet rose. Oh yeah, I remember, yeah, black currant. If you like this note, so it smells summery and berry-like. You really need to appreciate rose and berry in your fragrances. If you do, then you will be obsessed with it. It also has this sharp, biting note that reminds me, in combination with the rose and fruity top notes, of the very popular and well-known Delina by Perfumes de Marly. But this one is somehow more enjoyable and more easygoing than that one, which is a little bit too aggressive and too sharp for me. But Damask is like a grown-up version of it. Oh yeah, Damask is definitely a full bottle worthy, and full bottle, by the way, would look like this. So with that being said, let's move on to probably something completely different. This sample I received from Hiram Green, and it's his newest creation that's called Vetiver. And the thing is, Vetiver is one of my least favorite notes, so I don't have high hopes for it. I like many of his perfumes, but yeah, I am pretty curious. How will Vetiver smell? Well, doesn't smell too Vetiverish, which I like. It actually smells spicy and woody and kind of like raw honey, and not the sweet honey that you can buy in the shop. So for example, my grandfather was a beekeeper, so I grew up on a bee farm, and it smells like the inside of the bee house. Wow, that's cool. That might be one of the best vetiver perfumes I've smelled. And I actually know that Hiram Green creates only natural fragrances, so if you love natural perfumes, then you might want to check this one out, particularly if vetiver is one of your favorite notes. Wow, I'm kinda blown by it, particularly because I don't like vetiver, so I thought it's gonna be my least favorite, and it turned out to be something pretty surprising. So yeah, this one would lean more masculine, although not too much as I expected it to be, so that's a nice surprise. But let's smell something that I think I will love a lot because of the notes, and I tend to enjoy perfumes from Dusita. That's a French indie brand, and it's her newest creation, Cavatina. So I would like to know if you have any favorites from Dusita or any of these brands, and I'm so excited to smell it, so let's do that. Oh, it smells like Lily of the Valley. Right away. Yes, it smells like spring. Basically spring in a bottle. Clean, soapy, very fresh. Lily of the Valley fragrance. Of course, it might change throughout the day. I will spray a bit more because I love it right away. Wow, it's so youthful and fresh, and this is a very innocent perfume. It's for those who like clean fragrances, for those who like floral perfumes. Oh, for me, full bottle worthy. I wish I had a bottle of it. Probably I wouldn't go crazy on it, but I think I would enjoy it very much. I don't have many Lily of the Valley fragrances, and this one seems to be nice. But once again, I'm excited how it will develop throughout the day. And so far, it reminds me of Benny's favorite fragrance from the brand, which name I cannot pronounce, something orange. Don't get me wrong, baby, yes, I do is the name of the fragrance. So Cavatina reminds me of that. Oh, it's lovely. And even next to the Nassamato's fragrance, which is probably my favorite one from all these, these smell really good together. This PERFUMES perfume has melon aquatic note mixed with something a little bit earthy, not too much, and this earthiness goes well with Lily of the Valley because that really makes me feel spring in the air, if you know what I'm talking about, maybe after the rain. So I'm pretty much in love with everything, but we have one fragrance left, and it is from Francesca Bianchi. Now she is in Netherlands, if I'm not wrong, but I guess she's Italian, and her newest fragrance is called Lux Calm Veloci. I don't really know how to pronounce it, I'm so sorry. And she sent it to me, very, very kind of her, and as you know, I love her fragrances, that's why, ooh, I'm excited for this one, which is pretty dark and powdery, as all her fragrances actually, and wow, there's something sharp in there too, and green, and very powdery. Wow, this is, it smells a little bit like gasoline. It smells smoky, but not like in the smoke way when you burn wood or something. It smells like this Mousse de Saxe accord. Basically, this is kind of like a smoky, leathery, and very powdery accord. And I have a feeling that all her fragrances are based on it. So if you smell her perfumes, you can really recognize her DNA in all of them because they are quite similar with different, you know, like nuances and focuses. Sometimes it's a really animalic, sometimes it's really powdery, sometimes it's fruity, sometimes it's sweet, sometimes it's woody. This one is very interesting. Wow, it's definitely for those who are fans of Francesca Bianchi's work, but somehow I find her fragrances are too similar. So there are like 3 that I will be getting in full size, but some of them just share too many similar nuances. This one, wow, it's quite interesting. It reminds me of old scent of face powder. Maybe this is strange, I don't know. I love powdery perfumes very much, don't get me wrong, and I kind of enjoyed this, but this similarity with old powder is pretty unique, I'd say. So yeah, if you like Francesca's work, then you will definitely identify her style in this fragrance. And if you guys already smelled these perfumes, please let me know what do you think about them. We've smelled fragrances from different brands that are based in different countries, and once again you can all get them from Equacion Natural website. The link is below. Please let me know which of the fragrances stood out the most to you. For me, those are definitely Tommelise by Nassamato. That's like, I'm blown, I love it. Full bottle worthy. Dusita, it's a little bit too linear so far. Cavatina, clean. Maggot, how do you pronounce it? Not Maggot. Lily of the Valley perfume. Very luminous. I gotta be honest with you, I did not expect to like Vetiver, but I do. Oh, by the way, now, after some time, it definitely turns into Vetiver fragrance, but once again, not as bad as I expected it to be for some strange reason. Damask by Ormonde Jane, wow, turns into something really, I would say, opulent. Yeah, this is a very opulent fragrance with which you'll get lots of attention. And then the sort of flavor Italian Hyde Park that we smelled from Strangers Perfumery smells now really, I would say, grown up. So it has very flirty opening and you think it's so euphoric and pleasant, but the dry down of it, it has kind of like an edge, which I really like, and it doesn't really smell like that right away, but I like that mature dry down. That's how I would call it. So it's definitely one of the fragrances I could wear on the everyday basis because I like powdery perfumes a lot. And then finally, our Francesca Bianchi's perfume. You know, all her fragrances are very decadent, and this one is not an exception. So with that being said, that was my summary of some of my first impressions with other fragrances I've been already familiar. And of course, I would like to know what do you think about this video. If you would like me to continue discovering new fragrances with you on camera and discussing them, then please let me know that. Also, if you have any other ideas or requests for future content, feel free to share them below in the commentary section, as well as if you have any experience with these mentioned perfumes, let me know what do you think about them, if you have similar impressions and opinion on them or completely different, which is just fine because, you know, fragrances smell different to all of us depending on our preferences, our mood, weather, and many other factors. And if you have any questions left, then I'm here to answer them. So I'm excited to hear from you guys, and once again, if this video was helpful for you, please give it a thumbs up. That's kind of like the sign for me that I need to film more of these. And of course, subscribe to my channel. That would be amazing if you could do that. You can follow me on my social media for more content. You can check out Equacion Natural's website and use my code if I inspire you to smell some of these fragrances, but there are many more to discover. And I guess that was all for today's long and chatty video, which I hope wasn't too much. So thank you guys for your time. I really appreciate you tuning in and watching my videos. Your support is just so appreciated. I could not even describe you that. And if you want to support me even more, then you can donate on Buy Me Coffee website, and that kind of support really helps to grow my channel. But with that being said, thank you so much for watching once again, and please stay tuned and smell good. We'll see each other in the next one really soon. Bye!